Okay, ladies, guess what? It's time for us to work up a sweat. So, like I said, I've been answering your emails back and forth, and one of your emails includes a question regarding exercising and your hair. For example, when you apply my Shima oil, how do you stop the oil from dripping from your head down your forehead when you're working up a sweat? So I'm gonna get into all of that, but I'm also gonna get into the health benefits of exercising. Obviously, there are health benefits when you exercise. So that's another thing that really concerns me. Black women and exercising. Once again, this is another thing that has us way up there as something that we do not do. You know, it's rare to see a black woman at the gym. You know, it's rare to see a black woman exercising, trying to, be healthy. It's rare, and they have us listed way up there as one of the groups that just don't exercise. That concerns me, and that's why I'm addressing it. And that's why I address black women who believe they can have long hair, because it concerns me. As a black woman, all of these issues concern me, and I want to remedy them. I am one person, I know, but hey, if I can reach just one person out there, and then that person also becomes a leader, and she reaches another person out there, and thus that other person becomes a leader, and he or she reaches another person, then guess what? I've done my job. So okay, let's go for it. First, the health benefits of exercising and your hair includes when you are working up a sweat, this activates the hair glands, and thus it promotes longer, healthier hair. So when you're working up a sweat, your body is heating up, and that goes all the way up to your head, ladies, and it promotes longer hair. But of course, you have to be consistent with this, just as you have to be consistent with the protective styles. Now, I don't know, I'm not going to get into what types of exercises are best for you. You determine that on your own. But I would tell you what has been good for me, and that is aerobics. I used to work out to exercise videos. Since I was 10 years old, I used to work out to exercise videos. You know, I've been disciplined since I was a very, very young girl, and it became a way of life for me. That's another thing you should try to do. Try to make exercising a way of life. Just like growing out your hair, make it a way of life, not a chore. You know, because if it's a chore, heck, of course you're not gonna want to do it, because it's a job. You know, so make it a way of life and try to make it entertaining for you. They say you should exercise at least 3 times a week. I say exercise whenever you want to. You know, as long as you do something every day, 10, 15 minutes, something every day, it activates your brain to, to always do that, to exercise just for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. It's good. It sends a signal to your brain, okay, fine, I'll do the 15 minutes. And then once you develop a rhythm, you up it up. Just up it up until you reach an amount of time that's comfortable for you. When my amount of time that was comfortable for me was 1 full hour. But then eventually I cut it down to 30 minutes because I was already in perfect shape. For me, for my body frame, I was in perfect shape, and it was comfortable for me. So, I have my big booty and everything, but I have a small, sexy, svelte, toned waistline. I don't have a gut hanging over, like it's, looking sloppy and stuff. Because just because you have a big butt doesn't mean That's it. You don't have to do anything. The milkshake brings other boys to the yard type of thing. So try to, make sure every part of your body is toned. Don't do it for yourself. Do it first for yourself. And I know you might want to impress a guy, and they love to see a sexy body on a female. But first, do it for yourself. Make yourself feel good too. Because when I was a little girl, I wasn't trying to impress no guy. I just wanted to look good, you know. So do that. Okay, now regarding the sweat that drips from the forehead when you're exercising. Very simple, ladies. When you apply my Shima oil, that's why I recommend first apply it at night and wrap up the satin silk scarf over your head. So when you wake up, the oil has already penetrated through the hair strands. But if you're not doing that and you simply apply the oil a couple of hours or maybe even a couple of minutes before you start exercising, very simple. Pretend you're going to sleep. Take that long satin silk scarf and wrap it around your hair bun or your French braid or your French twist. So when you're exercising, the sweat instantly begins to be absorbed by the satin silk scarf. And if you want to, you can also add a headband over the satin silk scarf. Just keep in mind, you're not going to be doing the exercising all day. It's just a 30-minute thing, maybe even a 15-minute thing. And if it's an hour, well then fine. If you feel like it's getting too soaked, you just stop for a minute and and then wipe your forehead a bit with your towel and take another dry satin silk scarf and retie it. You develop your own rhythm. You do what's best for you. And what I also do when I'm exercising, I have a fan blowing, so it will help to dry out the sweat as I'm working out. I work out in the house, by the way. If you ladies like to hit the gym, well, do what's best for you. If that makes you feel comfortable to mingle with other ladies that exercise, fine, go ahead. Go to the gym. But, I like to do it at home. So let's start working out, ladies. This is good for our hair. It combined with the right foods, combined with the protective styling, it all adds up to longer, healthier Afro textured hair. Alright, so let's keep in shape. Let's keep in shape. Let's prove all the naysayers wrong. That first, we cannot have long hair and that black women don't exercise. Let's prove those silly people wrong. Alright? My Shima girls are not lazy. Alright? My Shima girls are not lazy. We are fighters and we will fight to the end to achieve our goals. Alright? Okay, ladies. I'll see you in the next video. You take care of yourselves. Bye.